You all have been waiting for the official numbers for Xscape member LaTocha Scott's long-awaited debut solo album, gospel album. Well, I think we finally have the numbers, or at least maybe an idea of why we waited this long to find out. Was it all worth it, LaTocha? Ruining your family, ruining your reputation, and possibly ruining your solo career before it even started. Welcome back to the Kempire channel, your number one source for pop culture news and music, entertainment, reality TV, and so much more. As always, be sure to like this video, subscribe to the channel, and hit that notification bell so you never miss out on breaking news when we go live or when we upload. So, although we don't have any new episodes of Xscape, the SWV and Xscape, the Queens of R&B reality show, we still have the drama of LaTocha Scott, Tamika Scott, and the whole Rocky Bivens situation. So it's been a little quiet. The last video that we did was LaTocha doing another interview, trashing the Mona Scott Young, and then of course insinuating some issues with Kandi. And a lot of you, when I posted about this on my TikTok last night, were like, she's somehow going to find a way to blame this on Kandi.
Well, speak on it.
So I've been waiting for some news report on the official numbers for LaTocha Scott's album. I thought eventually they would come out. However, they have not. But then, of course, I'm scrolling through Twitter and then I see these possible numbers. Look, I want to emphasize we do not know that if these are the official numbers. But I will tell you something. I was sort of like hemming and hawing for a little bit before paying for Billboard's Pro account, because in order to see the gospel charts, you have to be a Pro member of Billboard. And I was just like, is LaTocha really worth me going Pro for this?
Hell no.
But when I saw this tweet about the possible numbers, I said, okay, I got to do a little digging. I'm not a journalist. Don't call me Don Lemon. But I am going to at least see if I can find more information. I was Googling, I was smoogling, I was Googling, and then I was smoogling some more. And it's so hard to find these gospel numbers besides seeing the charts. So you can see the top album, the top gospel album charts, and the top gospel songs. So let me just tell you what this is saying. First of all, I already told you that I feel as if Motown Gospel is really trying to do damage control. They were really trying to save this project because I don't think they even expected the amount of backlash that LaTocha was going to receive. Or have LaTocha go on her Instagram Live and admit to an open relationship only to backpedal to say that, no, I meant open communication. Again, you all saw the video that I saw. You weren't talking about open communication, girl. If you missed any of our coverage of this situation, just so you can get a full background, I'm not going to reiterate it for those that have already been through it with us. A lot of people have been waiting to see, okay, what is this gospel album? Was it worth it? And some of you, and I've said this as well, based off the songs that I've heard, I was like, this doesn't sound like gospel. This doesn't even sound like modern gospel. Just because you throw God in a lyric doesn't make it gospel. And it's also not really easy to get into the gospel world. And with all the backlash that she's been receiving, even Shirley Caesar was like moving her purse. Look, come on, y'all saw that. As I was scrolling through Twitter, I saw this tweet, and shout out to all of you that were trying to get this information to me. I saw it. I was just trying to Google and schmoogle and trying to figure out if this is real. So this account by the name of Shady Music Facts, and they say in their bio, our tweets are 100% news and facts with a touch of shade. The fact that they're claiming to be 100% news and facts, I was like, well, I mean, anyone can claim anything on social media. But I was like, well, let's talk about it. So they did post this tweet, and they hadn't posted a tweet in a while. But they decided to post this tweet, and they said, LaTocha Scott's highly anticipated debut solo gospel album, The Invitation, A Conversation with God, sold 678 units in pure sales. I'm sure you're wondering, what exactly does pure sales mean? So you know I had to Google some smoogle some more, because with streaming music, as I knew it back in the day when I was an artist and managing artists, it's very different. Streaming wasn't even around, and the rules were very different because Look, the success of people like Mariah, Brandy, Monica, all of those artists from back in the day, SWV and Xscape, to go platinum really was a hard thing to do. In this day and age of streaming, it's very different, and it's a lot easier to break the kind of records that you saw people like Mariah break. No one's going to sell albums like Mariah and Michael Jackson, all of those folks back in the day did. So according to Google Schmoogle, what does U.S. top album sales, U.S. pure album sales mean? So a U.S. top album sales refer to pure album sales, which can include digital and physical in the U.S. Pure sales are the purchase of an album, either physical or digital, and it's a 1-to-1 ratio of purchases versus sales recorded. With streaming, an album needs to have a total of 1,500 song streams, Spotify title, Apple Music, before a sale is counted. Apparently, y'all weren't streaming this project if these numbers are true. So back to what the tweet was saying. LaTocha Scott's a highly anticipated debut album, solo gospel album, The Invitation, A Conversation with God, sold 678 units in pure sales. The album from the Xscape member has failed to chart on the Billboard 200 album chart. Of course not. With those numbers, it's not going to. They then say congratulations to LaTocha. So, of course, with my Googling and my schmoogling, our friends over at That Grape Juice did report originally in regards to the single, her gospel single when it debuted, did decently on the gospel charts. It debuted at 24. It's now since dropped completely off of the chart. So they did write this back in April 7th, when her album came out on Good Friday. They wrote, arrived on digital shelves Friday, courtesy of Motown Gospel. The 11-song project launch was preceded by the release of 3 songs, I'm Yours, Stay With Me, and Afraid. And while the trio of tunes were all welcomed with critical acclaim, the latter, Afraid, premiered on this week's Hot Gospel Songs chart at number 24, marking a career first for the R&B veteran. First and last, here's the thing. As I said to you before, I went to go check the charts because now I'm a Billboard Pro member, and the song is no longer in there. It did not climb any further than there. And I said to you before, I was like, did she bamboozle Motown Gospel thinking that she was going to give them a gospel album and she gave them an R&B album? All right, girl. Who knows? Who knows? But as I said to you guys before, look, we already assumed that this album was going to go wood. We didn't expect that it would go plastic. Look. But we're not surprised because we already know that LaTocha Scott is a talented singer. But it takes more than talent in this business. And it's part of the reason why some of these people that you thought would have done very well as a solo artist don't do well because their personalities don't match the talent. And then for this reality show to come out and her utilize this, as she should, as anyone that was going to be on a platform like this, you should be marketing something. Unfortunately, what was marketed and promoted on the show was not going to be sellable for an album. She came across ungodly. She came across as a thief, according to her sister, not me.
Thief. Stealing from the church, stealing from your sister, stealing my identity.
These kinds of damning accusations, she probably should have just put out an R&B album and then maybe it would have been a little bit better. But not a gospel album. No one's going to want to go to you. The gospel world's not going to want to, embrace you and bring you into the gospel world with accusations of theft, with accusations of stealing from your sister, with accusations of having an open marriage. Look, like I said to you before, no judgments. However, in the gospel world, I don't think they're cool with that. As I said to you before, she then later said on Watch What Happens Live, she meant open communication. We already knew that this was happening. I was just waiting for official word. We still don't have official word, but these numbers sound about right because if her album had done well, LaTocha Scott would have been telling everybody and their mama,
I am am the fifth member.
I won't be surprised if you hear her in the next interview sidebar. The last video that we did, an interview that she did, she basically said she doesn't care about numbers. She's doing music because she loves it. Well, when you get numbers like this, you got to do it for the love. You got to do it for the love. Guys, are you surprised by these numbers? I want to know your reaction. Did you listen to the album? I want to know. I listened to a few of the songs that were released. That was all she was going to get from me. Look, guys, let's continue this conversation in the comment section. As always, be sure to like this video, subscribe to the channel, and hit that notification bell so you never miss out on breaking news when we go live or when we upload. Thanks for watching.
Ooh, you bring the lighter, I got the fuse, you make a fire.